years ago, CIMB was probably at one of its most challenging times ever. It had to hunker down and come up with a plan to take it through the turbulent times, and that was its T18. Currently at the halfway mark, CIMB Group CEO Tengku Zafrul shares with us the challenging and humbling journey thus far, plus what is next for the group moving forward. CIMB was IB to Universal Bank. Would you say now it's slowly morphing into a consumer bank? Because the recent results, you see consumer, the profit segment has grown quite a lot. It's overtaken IB.
Yeah, IB is very small. I mean, wholesale, correct. Wholesale, you're right. So it has done very well, but wholesale has not gone down. It's just that the consumer has grown faster.
Is that because your strategy is towards that?
No, it's because our consumer business is much small. It's not as big. The potential is so much larger, right? Because wholesale we are already quite big in terms of size, but the focus is still very much the one that we really want to grow faster, which of course is challenging because of the other markets, is the SME.
Everyone wants to do SME. So how do you put CIMB out there?
But for me, we just want to grow back to where our natural market share should be.
Is it going back?
It is not yet.
What's your market share?
In Malaysia, we should be at least top 2. Right? I mean, if we are number 2 bank in Malaysia, we should be top 2. But we're not top 3.
Oh, okay.
So we've been very conservative in our, engagement with SME. We have been very much, as you know, very corporate. And consumer also we're building up. And even consumer, we have always been preferred rather than mass. Right? So these are the markets that we need to tap. Right? So that's where you see the growth as we learn to start engaging the markets that we have never engaged.
Are you starting to see results?
We are. So we saw last year, I think when your team was here, they were surprised to see that Malaysia book, our loan growth was 10.5%, which is double the industry, with going to markets where we have not gone. And the reason why we can do that is because we structure the team and plan in such a way that making sure that we are clear where the markets that we are weak in, and we invested in those areas in terms of people and processes and technology. Right? For consumer, it was simple. For us, we were the fast. We grew the fastest in mortgage. We grew the fastest in personal financing and credit card for Malaysia because of data analytics and data mining. So basically, we've done better in our data analysis, data mining. The data analytics team, so we can then target the customers that need those products.
Asset quality. Do you think is that better, or do you think because in FY 2016 you can see that loan impairment rose? So do you think that will continue rising, or will it be better this year in FY 2017?
We are projecting from what we see in our books today, 2017 will be lower in terms of impairment to 2016. If you ask me, I think we are more optimistic this year, even on the overall general economy, and of course for us, because we think Indonesia is finally turning around, the country, right? And we will see, being one of the largest bank there, we should see an improvement, a further improvement, because last year our loan growth in Indonesia was 0%, right? So, with the economy is continuously improving, we should do better than 0.
FY 2016. You didn't manage to hit some targets.
Yep.
Any reason for that?
Yeah, so we met the cost target, we met our capital target, we met the loan growth target, right? But what we missed was the ROE target, which is our net profit target. That is because of the what you highlighted earlier, the impairment went up. Yeah, so if without the impairment, that means the profit before provision, we would have been. We would have met our target. So that means the engine is running well. That means the sales, we recorded our highest ever revenue. We crossed the 16 billion mark. People are managing costs better and then when we're growing with focus on making sure that there's no capital dilution. But what we need to improve on, which I'm being honest here, is to be more vigilant on asset quality.
Are you looking at any new corporate exercises or new markets?
We are looking at Philippines, but that's organic. For inorganic, for T18 we don't have that plan. But of course, I mentioned earlier that we are halfway through T18.
Yes.
So actually, I already told the team, fourth quarter this year, we have to start thinking what's after T18. Right?
So what's after T18?
The next will be, I have to say, the focus is to be on growth, right?
Would that involve
But now
an
so we
M&A?
are looking.
Would
It will definitely. You cannot discount that. Right?
Cannot discount M&A
yeah, you cannot
with a local bank?
It depends.
Oh.
But Malaysia, we are relatively. If you ask
Do you think
me,
you revisit a merger with another bank here?
not today, lah. Not today. But if you really ask me, if you ask me where if it is inorganic growth, it will be in countries where we are subscale.
Oh,
In
I
Malaysia,
see.
we have the scale. Indonesia, we have the scale. It will be in countries where we don't have the scale. Then it makes sense to have that inorganic. Maybe Philippines, maybe Vietnam, Thailand.
How about like your assets here? Because recently you all just divested China, right? So there are other assets like Touch and Go and all that. Do you think you will look into that?
Touch and Go, we have decided that it is a strategic asset, especially on the payments space, right? So we are not going to sell Touch and Go. We are thinking of increasing our stake even, right? Because the other two partners are highway operators. Then we can look at partnering someone because Touch and Go is definitely strong when it comes to logistics, right? When it comes to toll, highways,
potential also,
parking. But now you need to go to retail. We should be using Touch and Go payment
For payments,
for payments. So rather than just for parking, or paying on the train or for the toll highway.